Hello gems, Leah from Red Emerald Yoga. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're celebrating 420 with a very special tarot spread using pot tarot. Before we begin, I just want to let you know that I do have gardeners going on outside and I have a neighbor who is remodeling their condo. There's nothing I can do about that. I've created a custom spread called the Elevated Energy Spread. This is designed to help us spark inspiration, explore new perspectives, and vibe in harmony with the universe. So grab your favorite legal herbal refreshment or whatever else elevates your vibe and let's dive in. Okay, this is Bloodstone. This will be for pile number 1. If you know which pile you want, please feel free to jump right down to the timestamp below. This is Citrine. This is going to be for pile number 2. What is this one? This one is Chrysocolla. The stone is Chrysocolla. Chrysocolla will be pile number 3. And we have Pink Opal for pile number 4. Okay. I invite you to come to a comfortable seated position, sitting up nice and tall, elongating your spine, and bring your awareness to your breath. Notice what it's doing and how you feel right now in this moment. I invite you to close your eyes and set an intention for your reading. An intention to be open, to be receptive, and to allow yourself to be fully present. Taking one more deep inhale here. Exhale and breathe your eyes open. Okay, welcome to your reading. Go ahead and choose the crystal that most resonates with you. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, or pile 4. Jump down to the timestamp below and I will see you in your reading. Okay, hello pile 1. If you have selected the Bloodstone crystal, this reading is for you. Okay, let's see what messages cards have for you today, pile 1. Oops, let's scoot this over just a little bit. Okay, card number 1. This is the Spark card. This is what energy should I light up today? 7 of Pentacles. Ooh. 7 of Buds. Okay, so I'm thinking pile 1. What energy do you need to light up today? I think you need to take a step back. I think today's a day for you to just kind of mellow out and not worry about your to-do list. I feel like this is your rest day. Okay, card number 2. This is the Strain card. What unique qualities should I embrace? 3 of Pipes in the reverse. I don't know what I was going to say. 3 of Pipes in the reverse. Okay, what unique qualities should I embrace? I feel like this would be not wearing old wounds. Not wearing them like a badge of honor. I'm so drawn to how this looks like a patch. Not walking around Yeah, I'm getting that so strongly. Not wearing your old wounds, not wearing your old traumas like a badge of honor. Not bragging about your hurts, not bragging about how badly you've had it, not bragging about your traumas, and like not trying to one up other people. I feel like this card is about healing. Embracing the quality of letting go. Even, I want to say forgiveness. Embracing forgiveness, moving forward. Now, pile one, I don't know if you have any type of PTSD, but if you do, like that's something that's really coming strongly to me is like PTSD. Even though, you know, like you've gone through things, you can still thrive. I'm getting that very strongly. You can still thrive despite what you've been through. I feel like it's letting go. And I'm not saying that to diminish anything that you've gone through, anything that you've experienced, but not letting that define who you are. Like, oh, I'm pile one person and I have this, or I'm pile one person and, you know, I'm kind of, yeah, I'm getting like Boy Scout, Girl Scout patch vibes. So I'm wondering like if you let like a diagnosis or if you let a hurt, a trauma, an event, and like you just walk around and you wear that. That's what I'm getting. I'm feeling that like it's like letting go, changing your outfit, not wearing your patch. See how that feels for a day. Okay. Card number 3. This is the smoke card. What should I release to clear my mind? Ace of Joints. What should I release to clear my mind? I feel like these would be like opinions. I feel like these would be ideas that just like kind of flutter into your consciousness. Okay. Card 4, Cosmic Trip card. What fresh perspective is waiting for me? Here we have the 8 of Pipes. Okay, 8 of Pipes. That would be like the Suit of Swords, okay? So, 8 of Swords. Oh my gosh, I love it, pile one. What fresh perspective is waiting for me? I feel like you're going to stop being the biggest obstacle to your own freedom. I feel like when you embrace this quality over here, like this quality of letting go, of forgiveness, of not wearing your hurts, your traumas, your experiences like a badge of honor, when you allow your mind to clear and you're not being bombarded by like these thoughts or these things, like you think like, okay, so this is what I'm getting. Like there are other people's opinions of you, but it's your own opinion of what that person's opinion is of you. Like it's not even real. These people may not necessarily even think that about you, but like you think you're putting that on them and that's not fair to them. Okay. I feel like you are your biggest obstacle. You are your biggest roadblock. And when you get out of your own way, you're going to see what the universe has in store for you. And I feel like it's so much bigger than you could even imagine. You don't even know, like you can't even begin to grasp. Like you're trying to grasp a large object with your fingernails and it's like a smooth side. Like you can't really even, you can't even hold it. Like you can't even, like, it's like trying to grab it like this and you just can't, you know, that's how big it is for you. And you can't even fathom that because you're getting in your own way. Card 5. This is the budding card. What creative potential is ready to bloom? Oh my gosh. Here we have the 4 of Buds. So that would be like the 4 of Pentacles. And I love how it's like, what creative potential is ready to bloom? And again, it's like being blocked off. Who put those chains there? Did someone else put those chains there or did you do that yourself? I'm thinking in a way of trying to protect yourself. You've blocked off. You've blocked off your potential. You've blocked off your ability to bloom. You have all of this good stuff to share, but you don't share it with others. You keep that locked away. I feel like it's time to undo that lock. It's time to bloom and show others what you're made of. This is the passing card. How can I strengthen my connection with others? Strength. I love it. And look at the bite. It's like a little baby bite. Try it in small doses. Try letting people in small doses. Try it today. Well, today is your rest day. So maybe not today, maybe tomorrow. Think about it. You're resting on it. And then tomorrow, just make a connection with someone that you wouldn't normally do. Maybe you reach out to somebody on the phone. Maybe you send that email you've been hesitant to send, or that text message. I kind of prefer in person or on the phone though. It's much more personal. Maybe you say yes to reconnecting with someone that you haven't seen in a while, an old friend, a family member. Maybe it's saying yes to going to some outing. Maybe it's complimenting a complete stranger. But whatever it is, I feel like it's just like having the strength, overcoming your fear, and just taking it like one small bite at a time, doing it in baby steps. Little by little. I kind of feel like the dosing, like little by little, you'll get used to the dose. Like little by little, you'll start to feel more comfortable around other people. Just baby steps. Card 7 is the Munchies card. What does my soul truly crave right now? The world. Oh my gosh. I feel like you want more. You want to reach out. You want to be a part of the world. You want more meaningful relationships with others, but you just won't cross over. There's like a line, and you're like, I'll go up to it, and then I always retreat. Like you'll just never fully commit. But I feel like your soul longs for that. You crave that. I'm wondering, pile 1, I'm wondering if you are kind of reclusive, if you don't feel comfortable in group settings, when you're out in public. I'm wondering if you like being at home by yourself. I'm kind of getting that in your reading. But yeah, I feel like your soul really is craving connections with others, with the outside world. Card 8, this is your green light card. What truth about myself is ready to shine? 5 of Bongs in the reverse. That would be like the 5 of Cups in the reverse. There's parts of you that are ready to move forward from loss, from regrets. Okay, but then there's other things, like there's other hurts that you wear like a badge of honor. But like there are some things, like some loss that you are ready to move forward from. Okay, and I feel like that's the part, like maybe that's the baby step that you can take. You don't have to give people the keys to your kingdom. You don't have to tell them everything about you. But I feel like that's the thing that you tell people. Well, like that's not really, I don't know. I feel like that's not doing you any favors. Like you might think it's like setting the stage, like when you walk into a room, oh, and maybe it's even like, it's not something that you do intentionally, but you tell them something. And then because of what you've went through, because of your, whatever your badge is, it kind of sets the precedent. And it's like, okay, this person knows, and now they have to treat me like this, because if not, then, then they're going to feel like an asshole if they don't. And I feel like that's that's what you like, because it's kind of like an unfair playing ground, because you've had it unfair in the past. And so now you're like, well, life wasn't fair to me. So it's kind of like a way to preemptively tip the scales in your favor, so to speak. But anyways, I just felt like I really needed to say that. to have more meaningful connections with others, like to give you what your soul is craving, you're going to have to leave that in the past. And I feel like the part of yourself that is ready to shine is the part where you're ready to move forward from loss. Maybe it's like a mutual thing. Maybe you found a connection with someone or a group of people who have also lost in the same way. Maybe that is like through like a group therapy or some sort of like support group. I could see that as a thing, like, oh, I'm finally ready to share my story now. Like in an NA or AA or something of that nature. I'm just getting like coffee and like circle chair. The image that came to my mind, like what is that? Is that like AA or NA or something like that? I don't know, but or like a group, like a group therapy or a group support group. Because I'm not getting much, but I'm just getting like a circle metal chair and coffee. That's not very much to go on, but I'm strongly getting that. Card number 9, the Roots card. How can I stay grounded while reaching new heights? Here we have the 8 of Joints. So this would be like the 8 of Wands, okay? How can I stay grounded while reaching new heights? 8 of Wands. I feel like when things are moving really, really fast for you, when you kind of feel like things are spinning out of control, or I feel like it's like difficult situations, like easing your tensions, easing your anxiety, you might want to take a few puffs, you know? I feel like this is not like allowing yourself to get couch locked, okay? Because the 8 of Wands is very fast. It's moving forward. It's not stopping, okay? But here we have, how can I stay grounded while reaching new heights? And it's the 8 of Wands with this imagery. I'm feeling like maybe just enough to take the edge off, so that way you can tap into your inner strength and continue to move forward. Like, okay, this is a really stressful situation. I'm going to take a little bit, but I'm not going to get like so couch locked or, you know, to the point where I'm just going to have like another chill day, do nothing, sit at home. But I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm going to take some with me just in case, you know, and I'm going to keep putting myself out there. I'm going to keep stepping a little bit out of my comfort zone. I'm going to get out of my own way. Hidden Treasure card. What path is calling me to explore next? Queen of Joints. So this would be like the Queen of Wands in the reverse. What path is calling me to explore next? The Hidden Treasure. Oh my gosh. And I keep getting that, like stepping out of your comfort zone. And what is this peeking out of her little bag right here? It's those little kitty cat self-defense things. Like you put them on your fingers, you know, and you have like the spikes. Again, stepping out of your comfort zone, facing your insecurities, knowing that people are not judging you, remembering that these things that are creeping in, these opinions and these thoughts that are coming to you, that again, that those are your own thoughts and opinions. Those are not the thoughts and opinions that other people necessarily have of you. You're putting those thoughts and opinions that you think other people have of you into your own head. So pile 1, I feel like basically your reading is just like, take a deep breath, lighten up. Not everybody is thinking bad things about you. Not everybody is going to judge you. Okay, I feel like this reading is an encouragement to step out of your comfort zone. Lighten up. Start speaking good things to yourself. Take off those badges. There are so many other amazing things about yourself that you can wear as a badge. And maybe you can try substituting them instead of getting the urge to, when you get the urge to talk about like one of these negative badges, you know, take a pause. Think about something else that's positive and maybe toot your own horn about that. Maybe talk about something positive, something you do well, something you enjoy. Just like changing the station, okay? Trying a different outfit on. You can always take it off again, but I feel like it's experimenting with new patches. So pile 1, thank you so much for celebrating 420 with me, gems. I hope this spread brought you some insight, joy, and good vibes. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a mystical moment here at Red Emerald Yoga. Until next time, stay elevated and keep shining. Bye for now, gems. Hello, pile 2. If you have selected the citrine stone, this reading is for you. Okay, let's see what your cards have to say to you today. Pile 2. Okay, what messages does pile 2 need to hear today? Ooh. Maybe I should lower this because I think the last one was a little bit high. No pun intended. Okay, let's see. Okay, there we go. Card number 1. Here we have the spark card. What energy should I light up today? Knight of Buds in the reverse. So this would be like the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. The Knight of Buds in the upright is normally the slowest moving knight in the tarot. Okay. For you, pile 2, okay. It depends on what kind of person you are. Okay. This is a collective reading. So like if you're a very high strung person and you're always on the go, and you're doing a million things. And, I could see this as like a warning sign. The card saying like, whoa, pile 2 person, you're going to burn yourself out. Okay. You're lighting that candle on both ends. It's not sustainable. Slow down. I would see this as like, come full stop. You know, stop. Do not collect $200. Like, stop. Okay. Just like a Netflix and chill day, doing nothing. If you are already doing nothing, if you're couch locked, if you're just like, you know, smoking out and you're watching TV or you're just like doom scrolling on social media, you're just munchied out and you're just like doing nothing. Then I could see this card as saying, pile 2 person, okay, you've done enough of nothing. It's time to light a match under that butt and get going. Take care of your responsibilities and do what you know you need to do. So you see where you fit into that, okay? Card 2, what unique qualities should I embrace? Queen of Bongs in the reverse. So this would be like the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Okay. So right off the bat, we have 2 court cards. We have King and, or no, I'm sorry, not King. We have Knight and Queen, both in the reverse. I feel like for what unique qualities should I embrace? I feel like you've got to get a grip, pile 2. I think that you might be allowing your emotions to get the best of you. Maybe something has been presented to you like, hey, pile 2 person, you really need to do this, or this is not sustainable, or this is like, you've got to stop this. And I feel like in those moments, you lose your composure. Okay, that it's not your finest hour. Okay. And I feel like this card is saying, get a grip, rein in your emotions. And I feel like, I really feel like this card is saying to act your age. Okay. Card number 3. This is the smoke card. This is, what should I release to clear my mind? So here we have the 2 of pipes. So that would be like the two of what? I have to look this up because I forget. The 2 of swords. Okay, so that would be like the 2 of swords. I have my little cheat sheet here. Like, wait, what are all the symbols? Okay, what should I release to clear my mind? Okay, so normally the 2 of swords has this lady and she's in front of water and she's got these 2 swords crossed at her chest and she's blindfolded. It's at night and I feel like she's like sorting through all of this information. You know, sometimes it's a card like where, you know, there's information available to you, but you, for whatever reason, are choosing not to look at it. It's like the elephant in the room that nobody wants to address. Okay, but here, there's no blindfold. Here, this is like literally being served to you on a platter. What should I release to clear my mind? I feel like it's to take constructive criticism gracefully. I feel like when you change your perspective and you realize that constructive criticism is actually a gift, it's a little bit of a conflict, but it helps you to grow. It allows you to transform into a better version of yourself when you utilize this information to your best advantage, okay? Even though it doesn't always feel so nice. It's like, oh, what? It is a gift, okay? Card 4. This is the Cosmic Trip card. What fresh perspective is waiting for me? The High Priestess in the reverse. I feel like this is, this cosmic trip is going to allow you to trust your intuition. I feel like there's things that are arising naturally and then you stuff them down like, oh, that doesn't apply to me. Or no, that's not real. Like you doubt yourself, you doubt your intuition. I feel like you shut out other people. You don't want to hear what they have to say. And I kind of feel like in a way, pile 2, not only do you deceive other people, you deceive yourself in order to not have to confront these things that are coming up within you and also the things that other people present to you. I feel like you're probably very smart, but I feel like you use information, you use tools to manipulate others so that way you don't have to change. Card 5, this is the budding card. What creative potential is ready to bloom? Strength. And I love how there's just like one little nibble out of there. You can see the little teeth marks like, this is what's getting ready to bloom. The strength. The strength to muster it up and say, yes, I get it. Okay. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I feel like this is the strength to face whatever is arising, you know, the things that you like push down. I feel like you're also going to need strength when you really learn how to trust in your intuition, when you learn how to tap into that. I feel like it's a gift. It's a superpower. The more you use it, the more it develops. And the more it develops, because you're just gonna have these downloads. You're gonna know information. You're just gonna know. You're gonna know without really having any reason to know. Now, I don't know what your specific gifts are. I believe that inherently, like, all people have some sort of gifts. And I feel like as young children, we're taught to ignore them, to tune them down, that they're not real. And so we're taught by our parents, by school, by TV, by friends, you know, by social media, like, to not listen to that, you know. And I feel like maybe that's why you were taught to lie to yourself. Maybe you were trained to lie to others. Maybe you were trained to hide your gifts as a child. And then over time, you just like don't really remember what your true potential is. You don't remember what you were capable of. But I feel like it's not an easy path if you do tap into that. Because then, you know, are people really ready to accept that? Are they ready to understand that? Are you ready to have people look at you and be like, oh, wow, you believe in that? Are you sure? Oh, you're crazy. You know, like, you're going to have to develop some inner strength, a little bit of thicker skin. You don't need to hide who you are. But I do think that you need to gain control over your emotions. You've got to set a strong foundation. Card 6 is the passing card. How can I strengthen my connection with others? Here we have the 6 of pipes. So that would be like the 6 of swords in the reverse. I feel like this card is saying don't run. Hold your ground. Be who you are. And if people accept you, great. And if not, great. Then you know who your friends are. You know, but like I feel like you're a runner. Like at the slightest little thing, you know, you just like want to run off. You don't get your way. You throw a temper tantrum. You know, you freak out. You yell. You scream. You make yourself big and scary, you know. And if it doesn't go your way, then you don't want to talk about it. You just want to leave. Like, oh, I didn't get my way. Now I'm gone. Card 8. This is the green light card. Wait, 6, no, 7. This is the munchies card. What does my soul truly crave right now? 8 of pipes, 8 of swords. Like your soul truly craves for you to get out of your own damn way. Stop putting up your own obstacles. Pile 2. Stop putting up your own barriers and being like, oh, well, my life is like this because blah, 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 blah. Blaming it on everybody else but yourself. Your soul is begging you to knock that shit off. Green light card. What truth about myself is ready to shine? Eight of joints in the reverse. This would be like the 8 of wands in the reverse. What truth about myself is ready to shine? Huh. Eight of wands is like a card of movement. To me, it's like a card of messages. In the reverse, it could be a card of bad news. It could be a card of bad messages, or it could also be a card of not moving, of staying. So, and then here, this one also reminded me of like staying, not running. So I'm kind of feeling like it could be like not running, not leaving. It could also be a card of like bad news, a bad message, an inconvenient truth. Let me see. I'm wondering if you're holding a secret, pile 2. Do you have a secret that you're keeping from someone because, I don't know, whatever reason? Is there something that you need to share? It's, if you do, it would be something that's like, there's never going to be a convenient time, to bring this up. There's never going to be the perfect moment. I feel like you would have to make the time. Just stop the person and be like, you know what? Can we set some time aside? There's something that I really need to discuss with you. And just do it. Okay, if that applies to you. And if it's not, then it's probably the running. Okay. What truth about myself is ready to shine? Like, I don't need to go anywhere. I'm fine where I am. What is your situation? And choosing to bloom wherever you are, like the flower stuck in the middle of a crack. Like, yeah, you're not in a beautiful meadow. You're not in some rich old lady's perfect garden, you know, we're going to be taken care of for the rest of your life. You're like, you may get stomped on. you might get plucked tomorrow by a child, you know, walking to school or whatever, you know, but like for today, for right now, I'm just going to reach towards the sun and I'm going to spread my little petals and I'm going to bloom exactly where I am. The Roots card. How can I stay grounded while reaching new heights? Temperance in the reverse. I feel like this would be exerting some self-control. Kind of ironic that I'm doing this reading for 420 and here we have 420, Temperance in the reverse, and it's like, have some self-control. So how can I stay grounded while reaching new heights? Like, well, maybe, you know, like maybe flour is enough. You know, maybe you don't need flour, shatter and wax, like all mixed together, you know, and then just like to just pass out and then wake up and eat everything. I could see that as just like having self-control. Okay. A little bit is sometimes enough. Okay. I don't know. Wherever you need control in your life. Not overindulging. Card 10, the Hidden Treasure card. What path is calling me to explore next? Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Oh my gosh, what path is calling me to explore next? And this is like a garden card. And I was so strongly feeling garden with this card here. When I was talking about like, oh, you know, like how you're not in this garden, you're not growing there. I feel like this is exploring your own path. I feel like you spend a lot of time doom scrolling other people's paths. How much time do you spend stalking people on social media? Keeping up with the rich and famous, worrying about what the latest Kardashian is doing, or like whatever your pleasure is. I feel like it's worrying about other people who don't even concern you. You probably don't even know these people. They probably don't even know you. And I feel like it's worrying about your own path. Tend to your own garden, pile 2. Focus on you. And your hidden treasure cannot help but grow. Your hidden treasure cannot help but be discovered. Focus on your own path. So pile 2. This concludes your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, celebrating 420 with me. I hope this spread brought you some insight, joy, and good vibes. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a mystical moment here at Red Emerald Yoga. Until next time, stay elevated and keep shining. Bye for now, gems. Hello, pile 3. If you have selected the Chrysocolla crystal, this reading is for you. I thought that was going to be a tongue twister, but it wasn't. Chrysocolla crystal. I'm so proud of myself right now. Let's see what your cards have to say to you today, pile 3. Okay, All right, let's. My light keeps changing. I think it's because of my candle, but it'll just be like like an intimate setting. Let me see, or maybe I could like bring it in a little bit. No, that's not really helping. Okay, card number 1. This is the spark card. What energy should I light up today? Strength in the reverse. Okay, pile 3, where are your claws? Today might be a day where you need to stand up for yourself. You might need to firmly stomp your foot in the ground and say no. And not like, oh no, please don't do that. Like, look the person in the eye and be like, no, you can't do that. Okay? Use your claws. I don't know if you are a martial artist. I don't know if you have like class, if you have like some sort of like physical activity that you need to do. But today I would say today's a day to be a little aggressive, okay? Card 2. This is the strain card. What unique qualities should I embrace? So here we have, what is that? This is the, I can barely see, 10 of buds. That's like the 10 of pentacles. I feel like this would be focusing on your future, thinking about longevity. I think this would be like keeping at the forefront of your mind, your family. I'm strongly getting like how people remember you. Following this card here, depending on your situation, it is a collective reading, so it's going to take like different things for different people. But I feel like this would be like, keep your composure, because you never know who's watching. You know, everybody has a cell phone in their pocket. Everybody has a camera. I feel like this would be your composure, like being mindful of how you are going to be portrayed in the public eye, how you're going to be remembered. Okay. I also feel like, what unique qualities should I embrace? I could see this pertaining to like work, a payday. I could see this pertaining to like preserving your money. I don't know. I'm really interested into why this card is, I'm really interested as to why this card is coming up for you in this position. I could see this as a card of like saving your money, not overindulging. Like, remember, you know, you're building a legacy. But interesting. I would see this as like to carry yourself with confidence, carry yourself in a way that exudes like comfort, like you're the shit, basically. Like you walk into a room, act like you own it. That would be the energy, the quality that you should embrace. The smoke card, what should I release to clear my mind? 4 of bongs in the reverse. This would be like the 4 of cups in the reverse. What should I release to clear my mind? I feel like there's a lot of chatter around you. Everybody has an idea. Everybody has an opinion. They may or may not be for you, like the best course of action. I'm kind of strongly feeling like you're a competitor, or you're an athlete or something, like you're training for some sort of physical event. So like the vision that I'm getting is like your main coach. Okay. And then like them, like just throwing everybody out, isolating you before an event. So that's the only voice in your ear. I feel like this will be like just releasing all the chatter, all the things that don't matter. Okay. And focusing on the advice that you know to be sound, that you know to be true, focusing only on that and drowning everything else out. None of that matters. Only focus on the task that you have at hand. Okay. What needs to be done. The Cosmic Trip card. What fresh perspective is waiting for me? Here we have the 9 of buds. That's like the 9 of pentacles. I would see this as things working out in your favor. Okay, I would see this as a positive, fresh, new perspective. I would see this as you've planted all of these seeds and all of them are sprouting. All of them are growing. There's so much potential. You just got to keep nurturing it. You just got to keep tending to that garden. I feel like there's an abundance. So I don't know what your situation is, where you find yourself today, pile 3, but I feel like there's a lot for you in store. Card 5, the budding card. What creative potential is ready to bloom? Knight of Joints in the reverse. This would be like the Knight of Wands in the reverse. What creative potential is ready to bloom? Oh my gosh, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Joints. He's like the epitome of creative potential. But I feel like in the reverse, there's a fear of letting this genie out of the bottle, out of the lamp. You're kind of like holding him back. You're reserved. I don't know. Like, why are you afraid? Why are you afraid of tapping into that? Why are you afraid of blooming? Why are you afraid of shining? Why are you afraid of winning? What do you have to lose? Card 6, the passing card. How can I strengthen my connections with others? 2 of Joints. This would be like the 2 of Swords, and it's in the reverse. Okay, how can I strengthen my connections with others? You're tying yourself up, like, oh my gosh, you're getting tongue-tied. You might have all of these thoughts, all of these ideas, and you get yourself really, really excited. You get tongue-tied, or you start to bobble your words. You don't know what to say, and they just come out wrong. I feel like this would be practice. How can you strengthen your connection with others? I feel like this would be practicing your speaking. I don't know if you need to practice public speaking. I don't know if you need to practice speaking on camera and recording yourself, preferably with video, so you can see your mannerisms. Do you have any tics? Do you have any habits that make you not look so good, on camera? Do you have any annoying things that you say repetitively? If you're having problems speaking, if you get tongue-tied, if you don't like the way you sound, practice reading books out loud. So there was this movie, I don't even know what it's called, or I would link to it down below, but it was talking about the King of England, I think it was, and he used to have a really bad stuttering problem. I'm going off on a tangent, but whatever. He used to have a really bad stuttering problem, and then they finally got this coach, and he would play music. I think he would play records. He would make him sing, and they would be like singing and dancing around the room, stomping. And then he made him cuss. Like, basically, he was clearing his throat chakra is what he was doing. And then he was able to do these speaking engagements and not look like, a stuttering fool. So anyways, yeah. How do I strengthen my connections with others? It's in the way that you speak. I feel like you can improve your communication skills. So if any of that resonates with you, pile 3, take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? Card 7. The Munchies card. What does my soul truly crave right now? Here we have the 8 of Buds in the reverse. This would be like the 8 of Pentacles. What does my soul truly crave right now? I feel like you are craving a vacation. I feel like you just want a day off. You want a break. I feel like you don't want to have any expectations. You want to do things for fun. I'm wondering if you've lost the joy in whatever it is that you do. If it's work, then you very well may be in need of a vacation, a day off, a sick day if you can swing it. If you are an athlete or somebody of that nature, like competitive, I strongly challenge you to remember why you started. What do you love about your sport? Why did you want to do this? Why are you doing this? What do you love about it? Right down to, I used to coach kids for baseball, both recreational and travel ball. And I used to take guaranteed losing pony teams and turn them into winners. And one of the things that I used to make the kids do was like, kids who are really struggling, figure out what did they love. You know, I've done the same thing with surfers too. What do you love? Right down to like the smell, the wind on your face, you know, the way the light sparkles on the grass when the sun hits it just right. You know, like all of the things, like spend half an hour. Set an audible timer and don't look at the clock. Just close your eyes and sit there for half an hour and think about like every little detail that you love. Because I feel like you've lost your spark. You've lost your passion. And now it's become like a job and it's robotic. There's all of this noise, all of these expectations, and it's just like, it's becoming too much. It's not fun. The green light card. What truth about myself is ready to shine? King of Buds. And there's a crown. This would be like the King of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. What truth about myself is ready to shine? Pile 3, you're the shit. You're the king. Oops, am I allowed to say that on YouTube? You're the freaking king. You're it. Remember it. You are it. Now act like it. Card number 9. The Roots card. How can I stay grounded while reaching new heights? Knight of Pipes. Wait, I have to get my little cheat sheet. What is the pipe again? Okay, the pipe is like the sword. Okay, the Knight of Pipes is like the Knight of Swords. How can I stay grounded while reaching new heights? What do you fight for? What do you do it for? The Knight of Swords, he's like your white knight. He's the one that charges in on his white horse and he rescues that damsel in distress. What are you fighting for? What do you have to prove? Who are you doing it for? And if you're doing it for yourself, well then, hey, you're doing it for yourself. Great. But you've got to know what you're doing it for. You've got to own it. What are you doing it for? What is your mission? What is your quest? What is your goal? Can you see the goal in front of you? Or are you just aimlessly going after it? My dad was a Muay Thai kickboxing instructor. Okay, and I remember this guy who trained with my dad, he had a partner, so it was his partner's son. And I remember I was probably 13. I was 13. And this guy used to be like, I'm going to be champion of the world. I'm going to be world champion. So everything that he did was to get him to be champion of the world. Everything he did was for that goal because he saw it. He visualized it. And he wasn't afraid to admit it. Like, this is what I want. He didn't think of it like, oh, I'm being arrogant or I'm being silly or it's just a childhood dream. No. And you know what he did? He became champion of the world. Their partnership fell off and they split their separate ways. But that guy did. He did become champion. So what is your goal? You don't have to set a small goal. It's okay to set a higher goal. But it has to be real. It has to be authentic. Where do you see yourself? What do you want to achieve? And then set out and do it. Do everything in alignment with your goal. But you cannot act in alignment with your goal if you have no idea what your goal is, or if you are lying to yourself. And be sending mixed messages to the universe. The Hidden Treasure card. What path is calling me to explore next? Page of Pipes. So again, this would be like the swords. Page of Swords. What path is calling me to explore next? Page is like a youthful, childlike energy. I kind of felt like tapping in to a childlike energy already, like going back. I was getting like visions of me working with the baseball kids, you know, and I was seeing them like sitting in the grass, you know, and telling me the reasons why they like everything that they loved. And at first they thought it had to be like, oh, you know, winning the tournament, or hitting a home run, stealing home, you know, like, no, like everything, making coach proud, making my parents, no. And the things that they loved were so simple. Playing a tournament after they freshly cut the grass and you could smell it, you know, and it was like reconnecting high school athletes with those things, and then them going on to be able to get a scholarship to college because they remembered why they loved it. It wasn't just like, oh, my dad's yelling at me again. Oh, my coach is yelling at me again. Remember why you love it. Remember why you're doing it. So Page of Pipes. And then it's like, oh, going back to school. Fundamentals, the basics. Where in your, whatever it is, gosh, I'm so strongly feeling this is like pertaining to athleticism. The fundamentals, the basics. This would be not working on your next big flashy thing. I feel like this would be fine-tuning, tweaking the basics. Where can you improve? Going back to the beginning. Like spring training in baseball. You know, like working on the mechanics of things. Even pile 3, I'm wondering what your diet's like. Like that's very clearly an apple, you know, and it's got a hole in it. So you might be sitting here in like this pot tarot reading and you're like, oh, it's because they're smoking out of the apple. Maybe, you know, but maybe it has a hole because the apple's organic. Maybe it has a hole because this apple is saying like, hey, pile 3 person, what's your diet like? Do you need to take a little bit better care of yourself in the kitchen? Maybe that's the way to level up your game. And that doesn't, even if you're not an athlete, okay, if this applies to work or whatever, well, guess what? Like if you're eating healthier foods, okay, if you're not eating foods with chemicals, your focus is going to be a little bit better. You're not going to be so tired. You're not going to feel like shit when you're not consuming chemicals, okay? You're going to feel better. So all around, I feel like it's just taking better care of yourself. And if you are an athlete, yes, your diet is wildly important, but I feel like it could also be speaking about your basics, your fundamentals. For some of you, this may be working with a coach, a new coach, a younger coach. And in some instances, it might be mentoring a younger person. Passing on some of your knowledge. Sometimes when you are forced to coach, when you are forced to teach what you know, it really challenges you because you have to be spot on, especially if you're working with a child, because they will call you on your bullshit. It'll be like, that doesn't make sense. What? Like you got to figure out another way to explain it to them in a way that makes sense to them. And it really challenges you to think about each step, how you can explain it in a way that a child would understand. Also, sometimes, the teacher becomes the student. And sometimes that younger person, that student that you're teaching, will unlock a new level of like mind-blowing, like, whoa, I never thought about it like that before. And your student will teach you something that is very valuable. So, pile 3, this does conclude your reading. Thank you so much for celebrating 420 with me. I hope this reading brought you some insight, joy, and good vibes. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a mystical moment here on Red Emerald Yoga. Until next time, gems, stay elevated and keep shining. Bye for now. Hello, pile 4. If you have selected the pink opal stone, this reading is for you. Okay, let's see what messages are coming through for you today, pile 4. What does pile 4 need to hear today? Okay. Okay, pile 4. Let's begin. Card number 1, the Spark card. What energy should I light up today? King of Joints in the reverse. This would be like the King of Swords in the reverse. I feel like today is a day where you might need your thinking cap on, pile 4. You might need to be a little shrewd, okay? I'm wondering what kind of job you have or what's going on in your life that requires you to be on edge, to put yourself or your business first, and really be aware. I'm really so drawn to this imagery. When it's like this, I feel like he's using his joint like a poker. He's keeping somebody back. Like they're trying to get too close. They're trying to take advantage of him, and he's just gonna, you know. You're not taking anybody's shit today. Card 2, the Strain card. What unique qualities should I embrace? Here we have the 9 of Bongs, which is like the 9 of Cups. I feel like this card is asking you to embrace being grateful, to think about your accomplishments, of all that you've accomplished, and maybe that's why you've got to protect all that you've accomplished. What do you have that you stand to lose? Card 3 is the Smoke card. What should I release to clear my mind? Death. I feel like this is clearing everything. I feel like your mind needs to be totally uncluttered. You can't bring anything. Wow. Pile 4. I wish you were sitting here with me. I'm so interested in your reading. So, okay, so pile 4, do you need to release like an actual person that you're mourning? You know, like you can't let these thoughts come in. You're thinking about this person who has passed or a relationship that has ended. And I feel like there would be a lot of emotion attached to that. I'm so drawn to how his hand is just bones, you know, and I feel like you're feeling like exposed. You're feeling vulnerable. You've got to let all of that go. Okay. I feel like this is a time for you to move forward. Card 4, the Cosmic Trip card. What fresh perspective is waiting for me? The Hierophant in the reverse. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm sure you can. That's the construction happening behind me. Interesting, because what I was going to say right before it started making all of that noise was that the fresh perspective waiting for you, I felt like it was going to be toppling old belief systems, challenging the status quo, having the strength to go against established beliefs, established way of doing things. And maybe that's why you need to be so level-headed. Going back over here to this 3rd card, I feel like it's entering this reading is starting to look like it's like pretty heavy, pretty intense. I feel like that would be willing to risk it all. Not being bound by your earthly possessions, by your friendships, by your circles of people or alliances or allegiances or whatever. Willing to risk it all. Putting everything on the line. The Budding card. What creative potential is ready to bloom? The Emperor. I feel like this is a really good card to come up here. I feel like this would be strength, a new foundation. I feel like you would be sitting pretty in the throne of the Emperor, pile 4. What creative potential is ready to bloom? I feel like it's the potential to be able to create anything, the potential to be able to go anywhere. You can do it all. This is really like an opportunity for you to expand. What does the Emperor do? He has to like continually go out and expand his empire and feed it. So yeah, that's a great card to come up right there. Card 6 is the passing card. How can I strengthen my connection with others? Temperance in the reverse. I feel like this would not be tapping in to your insecurities. This would not be tapping into your addictions. This would be by really taking care that you don't overindulge, not allowing others to take advantage of you, not allowing yourself to be bought. Okay. But also not being so uptight that it just puts people off. Like, oh, whatever, this person's, you know, like I really feel like this would be like maintaining a healthy balance. Okay. Yeah, not showing other people your weaknesses so that they could be used against you. And I strongly feel like that's with like addictions and character flaws, okay? The Munchies card. What does my soul truly crave right now? 7 of Joints. That would be like the 7 of Swords. I'm so drawn to how the bomb is crossed out. And here we have the dove and the peace sign. And there's like this camo jacket, you know, and I feel like your soul craves peace. Your soul doesn't want to fight. Your soul doesn't want to go to war. Your soul doesn't want to hurt people. I feel like your soul's looking for a diplomatic solution. Card 8, this is the green light card. What truth about myself is ready to shine? The Ace of Joints. Oh, pile 4. I feel like you have a brilliant mind. I feel like you are a strategist. I feel like you have so many ideas. I feel like you're so innovative. Obligatory tripod bump. What was that? 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, the green light. What truth about myself is ready to shine? I love how he's holding the joint, you know, like this, and there's all of this smoke coming around. But to me, it kind of looks like he's smudging. I feel like these ideas, these inspirations, I feel like that, like they come to you, and your goal is to clear away negativity. Your goal is to clear away all of this toxic mess, this toxic bullshit, this drama. And then here we have the Hierophant and the King of Joints, you know, and like these 2 cards here with Death and the Emperor. I'm just thinking like, and then you have so much to be grateful for, you know, and I'm like, wow. Like you're in a position where you probably don't have to fight. You're in a position where you probably don't need to be the one to stir this up. You don't need to be the one to clear it up. Like your life would probably be so much easier if you didn't make yourself the one. But for whatever reason, you know you're the one. Maybe it's your brilliant mind. Maybe it's just the things that you've seen, the things that you've observed, the things that you've heard. And you're just like, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and pretend this isn't happening anymore. I'm going to actually do something about it. And I feel like that's not an easy task. Card 9 is the Roots card. How can I stay grounded while reaching new heights? 5 of Joints in the reverse. This would be like the 5 of Swords in the reverse. How can I stay grounded while reaching new heights? I feel like I'm so drawn to this little joint right here that has a crack, and I feel like on this journey, on this path, it's probably not possible to achieve without stepping on some toes, without some people, and I don't mean physically, okay, but without some people being hurt in some way. But I feel like it's a necessary thing that has to happen in order to achieve the ultimate goal, okay? Knowing that there will be some discomfort, also for yourself. Momentarily, it's not going to be entirely pain-free. This is a sacrifice that that you signed up for, that you're willing to do, because, again, you're willing to lay it all on the line. And then just remembering, you know, like in order to win, there has to be a loser. There has to be a loser. Some fights are unavoidable, even though you are seeking that diplomatic approach. Sometimes there are people who just cannot be rationalized with, and so you have to act appropriately. Card 10, the Hidden Treasure card. What path is calling me to explore next? 6 of Joints in the reverse. Ooh, the Hidden Treasure card. What path is calling me to explore next? Number 1, Stoner. Oh my gosh, it's like the 6 of Wands in the reverse. I feel like this is a thankless path. I feel like this is a path that nobody's maybe nobody's a harsh word, but that not a lot of people are going to be singing your praises. People are going to be talking shit. People are going to be like, oh my gosh, what is this person doing? What an idiot. What a jerk. Who does this person think they are? You know, it's just going to be like, rah, 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 rah. There's going to be so many haters. But I feel like this is the path that you are being called to explore. And it might even be like, I'm so drawn to the trophy, you know, it's probably monumental. Like, how are you going to take the trophy? How are you going to dethrone that Hierophant that sits in that position? You know, who holds that trophy? It's going to seem like an unwinnable task. People are going to be like, oh, pile 4 could never do that. They could never, it's impossible. But this is, yet here you are. This is the path you're being called to go down. So, and I feel like it's, again, that Death card, you know, willing to let all these people go, willing to risk the praise, the glory, the glorification, the love, the cheering. Yeah, pile 4, you're doing so good. Everybody loves you. Being willing to put on a new hat where people just are not speaking so well of you. That is the path that you must take. Probably because nobody else can do it like you can. But this is your creative potential, the Emperor. You can create that. You can create. I'm drawn to like the Roman Empire, you know, when it, like during times of peace. You have the ability to create that. Card 6. Going back to this one, how can I strengthen my connection with others? I'm wondering if you can lift people up too. Like, can you help them also overcome their weaknesses? Making each other stronger. And then together, taking on this Hierophant, taking on whoever this number 1 stoner is and dethroning that person, you know, just how are you going to win that trophy? What ideas are coming to you? What are your inspirations telling you? So, pile 4. This concludes today's reading. Thank you so much for celebrating 420 with me. I hope this spread brought you some insight, joy, and good vibes. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a mystical moment here at Red Emerald Yoga. Until next time, gems, stay elevated and keep shining. Bye for now.